They were born nearly 50 years and an ocean apart. Henri Matisse is a household name in this country. He's a French painter, but many Americans have never heard of Richard Diebenkorn.
I know, and I'm hoping that that will change.
Change curator Katie Rothkopf says, as viewers see the work of Matisse, the French Post-Impressionist Master, and Diebenkorn, the influential but less known American modernist, side by side for the first time.
We have 92 works in this exhibition, 56 by Diebenkorn and 36 by Matisse.
Now on view at the Baltimore Museum of Art, the exhibit will travel to San Francisco in the spring. What do you think are the greatest similarities between these two artists?
They both loved color, and I think they both just had a magic touch with the paintbrush.
The two never met, but the similarity was more than mere coincidence. Richard Diebenkorn studied Matisse almost obsessively.
He was someone who was a real student, and certainly there were other artists that influenced him throughout his life, but no one more than Matisse.
One reason that Diebenkorn is less well known than other important artists of the mid-20th century is that he lived and worked in America's West, far from New York, then the epicenter of modern art in America.
Thank
and
you.
your paintings look beautiful.
Thanks very much.
It's really a pleasure.
Born in 1922 in Portland, Oregon, and raised in the San Francisco Bay Area, Diebenkorn began drawing as a toddler, eventually going on to study art at Stanford.
He was working in the abstract expressionist mode. He loved abstraction, and that was certainly the style of the time.
He first saw Matisse in 1943 and was hooked. Over the years, traveling as far as Paris and St. Petersburg to view the older artist's work. But Diebenkorn never sought to imitate Matisse.
I think he felt very much that it was important to look to the past, and why would you not look at something that someone else had done? You know, it didn't mean that you were copying them. It just meant that they were inspiring you.
Both men produced abstract and figurative works, some with flattened, muted colors, others with vibrant, recognizable images.
This was painted in 1967 by Richard Diebenkorn.
The yellow. Was this a color that he came to like a lot? Because there are.
He liked a lot of colors, and he liked bold color.
And you've got it next to the Henri Matisse, the yellow dress.
Now, Diebenkorn would have seen this painting, but we certainly don't have any evidence that his painting was a direct response, but certainly one that it would have been in his mind.
This one's probably my mother. A little tired of posing, perhaps.
Gretchen Diebenkorn Grant is the daughter of the late painter. Did you, at any time while you were growing up, realize that he was indeed influenced by Henri Matisse?
Oh, yes. He had a wonderful collection of art books. He had more Matisse books than anything else. People would give them to him all the time.
And on the day we visited the Baltimore Museum of Art, she got to meet Sophie Matisse, Henri's great-granddaughter, for the very first time.
They look at the world in a sort of similar way. I'm looking around while I'm saying this to see the sensibilities. The work is not the same, but it's very definitely related.
But they kind of exchange kind of a mystical language between the two of them that I think comes out in this show that's just breathtaking.
The parallels are unmistakable.
I love these two paintings.
The interior, exterior of both of them is so prominent, so important.
That was something they both were really interested
Yes.
in, that contrast of light and color.
Absolutely.
Richard Diebenkorn died in 1993 at the age of 70, nearly 40 years after Matisse's death. Diebenkorn lived to witness his own success, but since he never met the man who influenced him along the way, their relationship is left to the canvas and our imaginations. It's lovely that you two are having the chance to meet.
Don't you imagine what a conversation between these two artists would have been?
I'm sure that my father would have loved to have met Matisse.
How do you know they're not like up there looking down?